Cullen Barker. We're here at Poison Spider Bicycles. We're out at the 24 Hours of Moab, and I've done the race now about 4 different years, 3 of them being solo finishes, with the exception of the year that it rained. Just to give you an idea of what the 24 Hours of Moab is, it is a mountain bike race that you go out and ride your bike for a complete 24 hours. Here is a very exciting start. Usually consists of a Le Mans style start. One thing that we want to focus on as beginner riders is not getting wrapped up in all of the action that will be happening. One giant thing to remember there is kind of to stay out of trouble, stay to the left side, because we'll be making that left. Very important to stay out of the crowd there. As we start to make our first left, one thing that we want to remember, we will start to funnel into a single track area, and that single track becomes tight extremely quickly. At our first large descent of the course, our first true sandy section of the day, and what we want to do is kind of keep a big heads up here. I really like to focus on getting your weight back, using about 70% of your back brake, about 30% of your front brake, and really keeping a heads up. One giant thing that folks will tend to do is grab their brakes as soon as they hit that sand. You want to stay off the brakes and let the bike surf through the sand, and do not touch your brakes. Okay, we're heading into a really exciting part of the course now. We're going to head down nosedive, and nosedive you want to use a giant heads up here. One of the key factors is don't be afraid to dismount off of your bike. If you are thinking about riding it, there is an alternative to the left-hand side that is a little more tame, but you're going to need to think ahead well before entering nosedive. Section that we're going to enter now is the long straightaway section. One thing we really like to have a heads up on here, high speeds are very likely in here. If it's dry, you're going to experience a lot of really deep sand, but the idea is you're hitting these sandy spots at very high rates of speed. So there again, as we talked about earlier, getting your weight back is a key factor here. Now we're entering a rather confusing section of the course where the trail splits into a Y. You want to keep right here. Reason being, if you go left, you're going to cut off a very large section of the course and become disqualified. Alarms are gone off, so it's about time. Now we're to the super exciting section of the course. Unless you have a flat at this point, you're really going to bum out because we have a long, fantastic descent here. Can be a little bit on the dry side certain years. One thing that you really need to be aware of is nighttime here. When we're on that back section, you really want to keep your eyes peeled. Hopefully that you still have light at this point. There's lots of little surprise sandy sections with some 6-inch to 12-inch drops still in this section. Cash in the negative, deep hole, got itchy fingers. On the last ascent, we're coming in, you start to see the lights here. Everyone starts to get really anxious, maybe starting to put in some of those big sections of gear moshing. Key factor here, try not to overwork the legs, keep the legs spinning, because we still have some really deep sand to go through in and out of this unless it rains before the course, which it can turn into a pretty fast section. One thing that you do want to remember there again are those really small ledges to look out for, because just on the other side of those small ledges we run into those sand pits that can be anywhere from 6 to 8 inches deep at times. And remember to pedal it out, because you're probably going to sprint just before you come into the tent as we enter the timing area once again.
Cash in the negative, deep hole, got itchy fingers and I lack control. No matter whatever gets thrown my way, I don't fold. I'll be rising out of this. It's getting